Now Shiki and Homura actually met Garrett, which he actually asking the newbies who they are, and they actually trying to stop him from hurting a guy who was unconscious. But then one of the men actually told him, don't actually pick a fight with the Scarlet Woman's friends, in which we actually saw them actually hearing them about one person rebellion would actually go up against the entire group, in which they try to calm them down so they won't actually get them in trouble. Which we actually saw the Scarlet Woman men actually try to put them in line. Which we actually saw Garrett actually teaching them teaching them a lesson, which he brought out his whip, because as is his nickname, the Whip Punisher, as we seen him hitting their knees, actually causing them to get on the ground, which he actually told them to kneel because he actually had his whip laced with paralyzing poison, which he actually have on his whip, which he actually walk up to Homura, and then he actually punishing her by attacking her with his whip, and then Shiki actually came up to her rescue by taking the whip to his face, in which we actually seen him actually trying to pick a fight with Garrett, which the men actually are afraid, which Garrett had taken Homura with him because he actually going to do something to her. And I don't know what, but we might gonna see Shiki trying to rescue her, or she's going to rescue herself, which Homura told him that she'll be alright. She'll actually gonna ask him questions, which we actually see her not using her ether swords, which she actually is going to take her away to a place which Shiki is going to have to find a way to rescue her. Meanwhile, we actually saw the Scarlet Woman actually meeting with a model from the Genos planet, which she actually is actually was actually amazed by him, which the gentleman actually say that she never saw a more beautiful woman like the Scarlet Woman, which we actually knew that he actually will do anything for her, in which she actually told the man to take off his clothes anyway, which he actually did, and she told him to come closer to her, and she actually was praised by the comment that the gentleman actually said to her, and also we actually can tell that he actually touched her face, but she actually say that he was disqualified because touching her without her permission was actually forbidden, which we actually seen her grabbing his face, in which he was actually terrified as he begs her to spare his face. And we actually can tell that we actually seen her going to burn his face, and which we actually seen her burning his face, in which we actually seen how he does that to everyone that who comes closer to her, in which we actually seen her telling her butler to bring more gentlemen, in which we actually which we actually seen her trying to get the information about Eden Zero, in which he doesn't know, which he has Ward to find out the information and the ether drive as well. which she said that the ship actually harnessed an ether drive, which we actually knew that's actually important. So we can actually can tell that back on the ship, we actually saw the the crew actually saw the planet and how amazing it is, in which they actually have a cell phone so they can keep in touch with Rebecca, because they actually going to contact her if there's any trouble, which we actually seen back in the casino. We actually saw Rebecca trying to get a signal, but no use. So they actually going to find out what's going to happen to Shiki and Homura and where they are. But all of a sudden, here comes Lavella actually came into the casino, which we actually knew she actually been there, which she actually came, which she actually knew about the ways of the slum, which she actually say she could tell them how to get there if she actually listened to her requests, in which we actually knew something is going to be totally wrong with her requests. Now we can actually can tell that we are gonna see how the Scarlet Woman punishing her victims by burning burning their faces. So we can tell that we're gonna see what's gonna happen to Homura and Rebecca on the next chapter next weekend. So anyway, like this video, subscribe for more, and comment what you think about the manga chapter. You guys can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, and like my Facebook page. Until then, this is Anime Guy Drew here saying signing out. Laters!